Galaxy Digital CEO Mike Novogratz remains undeterred by recent market turbulence, dismissing it as mere risk fish on the X social media network despite the largest Bitcoin drop since the Silicon Valley Bank collapse. Novogratz is bullish, predicting a resurgence for the largest cryptocurrency. Stay tuned for more insights. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and let's start. Starting off with, altcoins died, but if you look at a Bitcoin, it really doesn't look all that scary, and that's the truth. Bitcoin is not that scary, while the old altcoins went down more than 20%, and some of them even done minus 50% in just a short period of time. But Bitcoin didn't drop that much, as it still continues to hold the position above the $60,000 line. Next up, so many people got Larry D by Iron News today for their Bitcoin. War is terrible, and my prayers are with Israelis, Palestinians, Iranians, and all the humans within the region. Peace would be swiftly and efficiently achieved if we lived in a world where peace was incentivized. Next up, Bitcoin is the fastest growing revolution ever, as here we could basically see the increase in the adoption of the Bitcoin compared to the adoption of the internet. While for internet it was around the 7.5 years from its highest peak, and for Bitcoin it was like 2021-2025, exactly 4 years, and adoption still continues to grow. Exchanging fiat currency for Bitcoin is the most effective way to ward against the war. As well as breaking news yesterday, while Bitcoin was dumping and everyone was selling, BlackRock bought over 110 million worth of Bitcoin. BlackRock now holds over $19 billion worth of Bitcoin for their ETF. As well as this is not the Bitcoin halving we wanted, as the price from $70,000 dropped to below the $40,000 on this chart. Basically, it is not happening, but people suggesting that it will happen after the halving is done, as people saying that Bitcoin halving is about the price but not about the mining, and some people suggest that its price going to drop 50%, but it's probably not going to happen. Also, are the media outlets who attacked Bitcoin miners for getting paid to balance the grid going to write similar articles about batteries? No, because those outlets are hypocrites and have no agenda. Prescriptum, I like batteries. And here we could see this post over here. We need to make sure the batteries are compensated fully for providing grid services, and basically it's about the same people that write about the miners of a Bitcoin. Next up, Bitcoin market update. After 21 hours of streaming in 2 days, we got a quick update here. It's going to be wild, and I don't know about the update, but all I'm saying, the update we have is probably the price dropped, and we just gonna have a look at the price for the next couple of days, because the news still kinda unknown what is happening with this war thing and where it is heading. Still Bitcoin trying to survive, as well as the stock market, so we are still watching and expecting next move. Bitcoin bear market start when too many people buy too much coin too high. As price sells off, it plunges these top buyers into panic mode and their coins fall into loss. Looking at STH coins, we simply don't have the volume of top buyers akin to previous it's over moments. Golden shift unraveling the surge in gold prices as nations ditch US debt. Nations are shifting from US Treasury bonds to gold, driving gold prices to a record high, as let's explore why. US Treasury bonds a hot potato. Over the past few years, foreign nations have significantly reduced their holdings of US Treasury bonds. Major economies like China and Japan, once the largest holders, have been decreasing their stakes. As data shows that Japan's holdings dropped from $1.3 trillion in 2020 to $1.2 trillion in 2023. Similarly, China's fell from over $1 trillion to $870 billion in the same period of time. Second, increase in gold reserves. Concurrently, these nations are boosting their gold reserves. Russia and China have notably increased their gold holdings. Gold reserves rose from 1948 tons in 2019 to approximately 2040 tons in 2023. That's about China. And similarly, Russia increased its reserves from 2,200, almost 2,300 tons to nearly, so from 2,299 to 2,300 tons over the same time frame, so only 1 ton. This shift has increased global demand for gold, driving price to record highs. Surge in US money printing. US has engaged in unprecedented money printing in the past 5 years, leading to a surge in treasury bond yields. Federal Reserve's balance sheet expanded dramatically from $4 trillion in early 2019 to over $8 trillion in 2023. This unprecedented level of money printing appears to know no bonds. And according to the latest figures, the US national debt is increasing by $1 trillion every 100 days. Dilution of the US Treasury bond value. A huge influx in the US dollar supply dilutes the value of existing Treasury bonds, making them less attractive for nations as a store of value. In contrast, for the US, repayment becomes cheaper due to devaluation. Impact on the US economy. Failing to export its debt will force further money printing as the Fed Reserve is forced to buy these T-bills. Eventual result, parabolic interest rates and hyperinflation, too much money chasing too few goods and services. So, record high T-bill yields. As lack of demand results in higher yields, T-bill yields are the 60-year highs. And on debt of $31 trillion, 5% yield would equate interest payments of 3% of the US GDP, as 9.3% of GDP at 7.5% yields, and a catastrophic 12.4% at 10%. Basically, that's what we have right here. Is a lot of information, so if you are interested, just go to these guys, Marvin Navas. There's a lot of more information if you're interested in this one, but we're going to the next update. Is that basically Mike Novogratz predicts Bitcoin will resume uptrend after an enormous crash. In a recent post on X social media network, formerly Twitter, Galaxy Digital CEO Mike Novogratz dismissed the recent market correction as a risk fish. The cryptocurrency mogul is convinced that Bitcoin, the largest cryptocurrency, will be able to resume its uptrend. As noted by Bloomberg, this was the largest Bitcoin drop within a single session since the collapse of the Silicon Valley Bank. As the drop occurred due to the tensions in the Middle East, with Iran recently targeting Israel with a significant missile and drone attack. The attack, which involved hundreds of drones and missiles, was supposed to be a retaliation after Israeli warplanes bombed Iran's consulate in Damascus, Syria earlier this month, and it is unclear the response from Iran is going to lead to further escalation in the region. I pray cool heads prevail, and this is not the start of the major regional conflict. There are so many good things going on in the Middle East, and it's just tragic that we are here, Novogratz said. Earlier, Novogratz predicted that the price of Bitcoin would be able to surpass 100,000 in 2024, as he cited the runaway momentum in Bitcoin exchange-traded funds as a key reason behind his highly optimistic prediction. Moreover, the cryptocurrency billionaire recently tweeted that the macro-financial conditions would be favorable for the cryptocurrency market this year, since he predicted that the US Federal Reserve would cut interest rates. However, persistent inflation concerns coupled with the tensions in the Middle East could delay rate cuts. Earlier this week, the price of the top currency experienced a sharp drop after the core consumer price index showed that higher than expected growth. So that's kind of all the information we have on today's video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you in the next one, and peace.